nonsense on.
I'm always ready.
All right, so I guess I should start off by saying, hey, what's up, and welcome everybody. This is going to be the first podcast from Needleboys. If you don't know, this is Clint Cummings, and I am Ellison. I'm a filmmaker, video producer guy. I'm an idiot that created Needleboys with this guy a long time ago.
And the guy died for it.
And I've known Clint since I was 13, and that's really how we're here today, I guess, really.
Long fucking time.
We used to play in bands together and stuff like that, and throughout the years he started tattooing and stuff, and I got more and more into video. And one day he asked me to help him with a time-lapse tattoo, which is actually a funny story. So like in the early days of YouTube, there were a couple guys doing like these pencil and pen drawings, and they were time-lapsing them. And I think you saw it, and you were like, dude, we should do that with one of the tattoos, because you just started
getting... sketch theater.
Yeah, you started getting the portraits and stuff.
Sketch theater was doing it.
Yeah.
And they were doing all the tattoo artists, and they were doing their sketches and shit, and I was like, it's fucking rad.
Yeah, and this was before YouTube was like anything.
They weren't before GoPro.
Yeah, there were no GoPros.
Yeah, it was before GoPro.
We were using handy cams.
GoPro changed the world.
It did. Yeah, so, I mean, this is before YouTube was paying people. This is before they had like 1 million hours of video uploaded every minute or whatever the latest stat is or whatever it is. But, so I think technically we could say that we were the first people to do a tattoo time-lapse online.
I ain't gonna put my flag into that one. I'm just gonna say we might be one of the first to do it fairly well.
Well, yeah, and then that kind of continued. You get?
Yeah. Ran away.
So, yeah, I mean, and then from there, I think it was a couple of years later, you asked me to film the grand opening at the second Sparrow shop.
Yeah.
And I think it was that day I went up there and filmed, and I was like, this is pretty fucking rad. Because it wasn't like on TV where you see like a bunch of drama and bullshit and telling your story behind your tattoo. It was like different culturally, in my opinion, where it was just hanging out with friends and doing cool shit and cool art and good music.
For me, it was like 7-8 years of waiting to be like, to finally be able to go to work and be like, shut up, go to your room. Just go to your fucking room. Go, tattoo, go. Hurry up, go. I'm going to go to my fucking room. I'm going to shut my door. And then everybody just do their thing. It was like, I had a lot of fun building the second shop. It was hot. Oh my God, it was hot. Fuck. Man, it was a hot motherfucker in there.
That first video was the free tattoo day.
What? Which one was that one?
The first, like, it wasn't called Needleboys. It was just the first time I actually filmed in the shop. It wasn't just a time.
Oh, you're sorry. Yeah. Oh, you're. Well, shit, man, you're taking it back, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing the free Sparrow fucking tattoos.
That was a.
Yeah. I'll never do that again.
That was chaos.
Never do that.
But that's kind of where it started, because after that I came up to the shop a week later or something. And I was like, hey, dude, we should look into doing this YouTube thing, because there were guys doing like dumb little vlogs and stuff where they're like walking around with their cell phone and they're like, hey, this is Dave or whatever, and this is me not doing anything. This is my life, you know. I'm like, well, I actually have friends that do cool
Isn't that
shit.
What this is?
Well, that's kind of what it was. But instead of like filming myself, I was like, my life's pretty boring. I make films and produce videos, but in all reality, to watch that, it's boring as hell, because it's me standing behind a camera and trying to find a good shot. And for this, it was like, well, I've got friends that are really interesting, so why don't I just film them? And you were like, that sounds kind of fun, but it's also stupid. Are you sure you want to do that?
Hey, it paid off.
And yeah, I mean, for the next 13, 14 months we did, leading up until you left for Ink Master, really.
Yeah.
And then you came back, of course.
Well, if it wasn't for that shit, I don't even know if we would have had the material out there for them to find me to do Ink Masters.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
You know damn good well they fucking looked at that shit before they called me.
Well,
like, this guy's fucking out of his damn mind. They called me, you know. That's why I'm still good at it. I went back there just a couple weeks ago. Cancer and all. Fucking walked right in there. Fucking, I was like, you guys want this shit? Let's do it. They fucking walked in there, did a tattoo for him, and left. It sucked. I didn't fucking enjoy it too much. But I went in there, put a smile on my face, fucking took a couple punches in the mouth, and fucking did a badass tattoo, and fucking 86 out of there. Until they call me again, they'll figure some other fucking weird ass way to bring us all back. They will, man. They'll any goddamn thing. I mean, I've done Christmas specials and fucking, and you know what, like surprise twist and fucking other seasons and shit. I'm like, good God, man, what else can they fucking do, you know?
Pretty much just anything. You're in a contract.
But I mean, if it wasn't for Needleboys and constantly doing the interviews and talking about shit that was like a week earlier, then I probably wouldn't have been nearly as good at that shit. But that's what I did when I went in there. Whenever they were like interviewing me and shit, I was like, it felt just like if it was you and me. So I was just talking to her like I talked to you. I'm like, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, because we filmed for.
You ask me questions like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I can't fucking answer your question. I'm sorry. Go to the next one. What's the next one on the fucking card, yo? What do you want from me? I don't know what the fuck I don't never met Dave Navarro. I don't know what the fucking guy's gonna be like. I don't give a shit if you judge my fucking tattoo or not. What do I give a shit? That's like me. Is he gonna lose sleep over me fucking saying that his songs suck? I seriously doubt it. Like, what do you want? I was like, give me some of your fucking food. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm fucking hungry. I drove all the way here from fucking Austin. I was drinking all night. Come on. And they're like, you're fucking out of your mind.
Well, and also just in case anybody's finding this on iTunes and they don't know already, Needleboys that we keep referring to started as a YouTube series. So you can find it at youtube.com/Needleboys. And you can see all those old episodes leading up to
Jesus Christ, man. It's weird watching this shit.
And then even coming back. They were really low quality. So, like, at the time, I had to use...
it's weird seeing, like, how young we were and the quality getting better over the years and things like that. It's weird.
Well, yeah. I mean, when we started, I had some high-end cameras, but they weren't really built
VHS.
That was high school.
Yeah, that was high school.
VHS. I still had a camera.
That'd be a cool little band logo, fucking demo tape on VHS.
I still have some of your cassette tapes.
Oh, yeah, man.
But, yeah, so, I mean, I really had to... I used an old Panasonic DVX-100 to start filming Needleboys because I could bang it up, it could get damaged, and I could run it for 8 hours at a time. And now it's all HD stuff, but we're kind of like in one of those weird year-long breaks again, almost unintentionally.
Unintentionally, but
so it's kind of like
still there, nevertheless.
It's Needleboys on, and then almost a year break, and then Needleboys season 2 is what we call it, which is kind of a longer format that some people really like, some people really hated, and more people wanted. Well, not more people, but I kept getting blown up about put more tattoos in, do more tattoos. So I just like do 4 time-lapse tattoos in one episode. But honestly, when it comes down to it, I never do what people ask me to do.
The problem with doing more tattoos is that, you know, it's having to work with when badass tattoos are going to walk in the door and when you're going to be there and available.
That's part of it, but I also feel like Needleboys itself isn't only about tattoos. Needleboys isn't there to teach some kitchen scratcher how to tattoo. So, you know, I'm not going to show how you tattoo so some idiot could sit there and try to copy it offline.
Sure.
It's more about the culture and, you know, like I was saying before, it kind of honestly started as a vlog. So like a kind of a daily thing. Because I did originally shoot every fucking day.
Yeah.
And we were on the road.
Yeah.
You know, we traveled all over the place. We'd be in the shop. We were looking for a bigger shop.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's more so what it was about than just like, here's Clint doing a realistic
fucking
Captain
dragon.
America, and this is exactly the steps that you should do to do. You know, it's not about that. It's not about teaching people how to do that stuff. And you know, I think the more people ask, like, hey, show more tattoos, the more I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm going to show my nuts for the next half hour. Or I'm going to show Zach talking and rambling on about nonsense for 30 minutes. Because that dude can talk when you ask him a question.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always like, well, you know, I was thinking about it the other day, and then I insert like that 5 hours later, and he's still sitting there like, just...
He does, man. He used to live here, man. We'd have fucking hella conversations.
But, you know, that, and then also, I feel like, you know, part of especially YouTube is you tuned into this stuff because of what I'm already producing. And I feel like the fans and the audience there kind of navigate a little bit, but I can't let them just take control and tell me this is what the show's going to become. You still over there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Eyes completely closed.
Fuck, yeah.
So here we are today. Needleboys kind of went on a break last year when we had one of the main guys go off and start his own shop. Clint and I have actually we don't actually lose contact. We always talk to each other. We were actually working on some music stuff at the end of last year. Just kind of trying to get back into the music.
Yeah.
Playing guitar and playing drums, and at least just messing around and having fun with that.
Yeah, that was the plan.
And now we are a little interrupted. Now you can talk about this as much or as little as you want to, but kind of why you're laid out today.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Clint's
What is today? Saturday?
It's Sunday.
Oh. Decided to take a bunch of pills on Sunday. No, the damnedest of fucking luck, man. Got colorectal cancer. And it is a painful son of a bitch, man. God damn. I can't believe, like, the thing that blew my mind about it, honestly, was just, like, it wasn't the fact that I had it, because after, like, months of going through this, like, it started in August, and it got worse in September, and I thought, okay, maybe it's an infection or something like that. Did my research on it, because I'm a pretty thorough guy when it comes to, like, my anatomy, and if something's wrong with me, I try to figure it out. So I was kind of guessing at what possibilities could be and kind of like doing things to see if I would have a reaction to it, if I got better, if I got worse. And nothing was working. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I kept going to the hospital and telling them, like, yo, I'm having a lot of pain. And
I mean, how long did this go on for, though?
Oh, I started in August.
Okay, so
and it's January now. So that's 6 months. What? 6 months? What? August, September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, 6 months. But at first it started off with, like, stomachache. And then it started moving into, like, the pain and the fucking, as a hemorrhoidal kind of pain. Like, if it was hemorrhoids. And they kept telling me it was. And I was like, all right, but this is really, really bad for fucking hemorrhoids. And then that's when, like, I got back from Tokyo. And that's when I noticed that I couldn't really go to the bathroom anymore. And when I did, it was just, like, it was like a horror fest.
So, I mean, you flew over to Japan, you visited Tokyo, you did a bunch of tourist stuff. And
yeah,
with all this going on.
Yeah, I went to Tokyo with this fucking flared up big time. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking Japan. I planned this trip long before I planned on getting cancer. So fuck him.
Well, I mean, and I wanted to point out that originally this podcast wasn't going to start with this.
No, it wasn't.
We actually were talking about doing this before and this came up. But you announced last night on Instagram what was going on. You let people know.
Yeah,
I still, even though we found out about this, and then work and all that. So this kind of delayed us recording this podcast, but I wasn't gonna even mention it because I didn't know if you would feel comfortable about it. But now I kind of feel
honestly, it'd be cool for the people to hear this. Like, I struggled with it for a while, because there's a lot of misconceptions about me out there. Like, a lot of people think that I have more than what I really do, or that TV brought more whatever to my life. Whether it's fame or vanity or glory or whatever the fuck it is, And you know what? It didn't do a goddamn thing. It didn't do shit. Okay? It did about as much for me as it would sending in a video to America's Funniest Home Videos. Like, that's the equivalency of it. Like, I don't make any more fucking money than anybody else. I don't fucking get, on red carpet premieres with Johnny Depp or no shit like that. I'm just fucking Clint. I'm just Clint Cummings from Mansfield, Texas. I do tattoos. I like comic books, so I tend to do a lot of those kind of tattoos. I'm good at them. I do good, nice, big, stickery comic, tattoos. And that's what I do. There's no difference here. So what I'm getting at is, like, I was struggling with putting that out there because people have this misconception of me having more money than I actually do, or having more fame or notoriety or something like that, and I could get this fixed faster or something like that. And I didn't want to come off as if I was, like, begging either. Like, I didn't want to be like, yo, I'm fucking dying, I need all your money. I'm not that guy. I'd rather work for my money. I just wanted to put it out there that, yes, I do have this. I don't want to spend the next, 12 months, playing telephone with people and this person heard this and this person heard that. I'd rather they all just hear it all at once from me. That way it's all out there. There's no fucking, he said or she said bullshit. And put it out there that whatever I can do to fucking make some extra cash, then I'm going to do it. Like drawing people's tattoo ideas up. I mean, that's a pretty good idea. Or the t-shirts or the fucking, or just anything, So maybe there might be a good Samaritan out there and wants to put $10 in a GoFundMe account. Okay, it's going to cost me north of $100,000 to get the surgery done. Thank you for that. I will make it up to you in any way I can.
Right.
You know, I mean, even last night I put it out there. And this one jackass was sitting there saying like, "Oh, I didn't need it and all this shit," and you know.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that kind of
wow.
caught my attention immediately. That kind of seems to be how the internet goes. There's always that fucking asshole. Like, regardless of what shitty circumstances is going on, there's this fucking asshole who's gonna try and showboat and fucking knock you down.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm going through this, like, I'm learning about this, and it is fucking horrible. It is horrible. This is like, this ain't even fair. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, you know? Like, this is a god-awful, painful fucking disease, and I'm telling you that every single dollar that I raise, I'm going to use it to fucking help myself and help every single person in the world that's suffering. I'm telling you, we all deserve something better than this. This is just not right. This is not good. This is not right. Every single damn day, it just feels like I'm slowly losing a bit of the person I was. You know? And
yeah, definitely, man.
I'm a slave to this fucking house. You know, I'm scared to fucking go anywhere. I mean, it's just not cool. You know, so it's like for a while there I was struggling with what I wanted to do with my studio, man, going on, 10 years of having it. And I was like, I want to put it out there. I want to promote it. I want to be something bigger than what I am. And I started doing the rock concerts and all that shit. And I was like, yeah, that seems like my scene. But, it's weird how the cancer thing kind of came about because it pointed me in the direction of helping people who need it. Going out and putting my services out there for people that might, benefit better from it and would appreciate it better.
Right. Right.
Like, instead of giving $5 off to some guy that's at a fucking concert fucking getting wasted watching fucking Tool play, I'd rather give $20 off to a fucking breast cancer survivor. And, she can come in there, maybe get something done to fucking memorize, to memorialize somebody that passed away from cancer or got through cancer or just did something like that. And, that brings a bond into the studio because of, my battle with it. And it just seems like there's a lot more positive there than anything else. So, I'm trying to take this and spin it on its head here and get as much positivity out of it as I can.
Right.
I see a lot of the guys from the show are going to come together. Like I got Jesse Smith and Jimmy Litwalk and Tommy Helm and myself and James Vaughn and Sarah Miller. And, I mean, just all these people from Ink Masters are going to come together and we're going to do art shows and stuff. So it's like, another thing, too, this will be the first time that we've gotten all these cats together to do something that was for a nonprofit. Right. Everybody's gone and they've done their thing, but I don't know if there's been a collective group like this to go out of their way to do a nonprofit organizational, art show or fundraiser or anything of that. And it's gonna be it's gonna suck to go through this, man. Let me tell you, it sucks sitting on this couch right now talking to you. I feel like I'm about to explode down there.
Well, I mean, like I said, like we were talking about just a few minutes ago, I've known you for 20 years now, and you've always been the guy that's always going. Like, very little like chill time, very little TV watching time, very little video game time. You're always, especially like the last 10 years that I know of, you're always building the shop, and I'm like, dude, the shop's already built, the shop looks beautiful, but you're always like, I was with you 2 weeks ago, and you like bought another chandelier and like all these other pictures and all this stuff to update it for 2016, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this place is already immaculate. It already puts most tattoo shops to shame, and that's not a bash against anybody else. It's just Clint's got his own style and his own thing, and it's more like an art studio gallery than it is anything else that you've ever seen. And you could see that on Needleboys. You could see that on the show. Even back then when you first opened the new shop.
I think of my tattoo shop as the Bennigans of fucking tattoo studios. There's all the wood grain and everything, and it's fucking and there's shit everywhere.
Your employees have to wear flare.
Yeah, 30 pieces flare.
That's very funny. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of weird, hitting you up and you're like, yeah, I'm laid out on the couch. Like, and like I said, this podcast went from, it was going to be at the shop to now it's here.
Yeah, it's got to be here.
Right, and I understand.
It's just,
it's hard for me to get used to. I know it's hard for other people to get used to because we're used to just trying to catch you. We're trying to always catch up with you. So it's kind of odd.
I mean, I haven't been outside in 4 days.
God damn.
I mean, it's just that bad. It went from August to like, I mean, you got to think I was in Tokyo at the beginning of December, and now it's like, you know, I mean, I can't even take a chance of going out in public. You know, the tumor is where it is, and it screws up my whole self-control, and,
right.
You know, I have no control, and it sucks. And I can see why a lot of kids my age would be embarrassed by this, because, you know, it's just what we do. We put cancer with the word old. You get cancer, you think of old people, you know. And when my surgeon told me, he's like, no, I see people, you know, from 25 to 35. Your age group is the one I see the most. I was like, wow. I was like, you mean there's other kids out there like me that are like going through this shit? And I went and I started looking on fucking line, and I'm looking at like all these like chat rooms and blogs and shit like that. And there's a ton of kids going out there that are like this.
Really?
And they're asking, they're like, what's going on? What's going on? And things like that. And I'm like, holy fuck. I was like, man, this just a day of this will burn it into your memory for the rest of your life. It is just horrible. I mean, look at me right now. I am like doped up out of my mind on painkillers, and it still doesn't work. It's gotten to the point now where my head gets doped up, but the pain's still there. So now I'm like all doped up, but I'm still fucking hurting. You know, it sucks. You know, there's always a constant pressure of feeling like you need to go to the bathroom, and you never know when you need to go and when you don't.
Yeah. So
every time you try, whether you do or you don't, it's going to be painful no matter what. The only thing to help that is like immediately fucking jumping into a hot fucking bath. So it's just this fucking cycle now. It's craziness. It's craziness what my life is like.
I'm not trying to interrupt your smile, but I think half of the audio is going to be Elway cleaning his balls over here. Since he's just going to town.
Elway!
He's just been going to town. If you heard a weird noise, it's this little guy.
It's the Frenchie going nuts. That damn dog does not know how to stop using its mouth. I love him to death, but it's all he does. I wish I could make money off of it somehow. He like he never stops. He never stops with his mouth. He'll be dead asleep. I'm like, fuck, dude.
He's looking at my chin now that he looked at his balls.
I'm like, you're killing me, Smalls.
Thank you. So next, you're meeting with doctors coming up in the next week, right?
I'm meeting with some oncologists at the Arlington Cancer Center. I want to work with doctors that know each other because I feel like that's a better route to go. So my gastroenterologist is the one who turned me on to my surgeon. My surgeon is the one who turned me on to my oncologist. And, you know, that's kind of like the whole little doctor tree right there. So they all can get a hold of each other real quickly. And there's no fucking around. You know, I was sick once before and I hid it from the world for a long time. And, you know, I was embarrassed by it. And I didn't want the people to see me as being weak or anything like that. And I remember how hard that was. You know, how hard it was to live that fucking life. And I didn't want to live that life anymore. So when this came up, I was like, well, if I have to go through this again, I'm going to go through it the right way. And I'm going to come out right away about it. That way there's no fucking, you know, he said, you know, she said bullshit. Just come out clean about it. Everybody fucking knows. Anybody can ask any questions they want. And anything I can do to fucking help, raise awareness, raise money, fucking whatever I can do that can help, I'm all about it. Sign me up.
Right.
I'm all about it because I don't want to see anybody go through this shit. This is not cool. I mean, I'm sure any kind of cancer is just terrible in itself. And I can only speak on this one because this is the only one I know. But this is not the one you want to know, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
So, I mean, in other news, like, well, one of the reasons why I wanted to start this podcast, and one of them that really fired me up to try and get this thing started before all of this was going on, was we were talking about the new Star Wars movie. So I want to talk about that for a minute.
Okay. Oh.
And you didn't like that fucking movie.
No, I didn't like it at all. I'm telling you. You know, I had cancer in my asshole when I got out of my we give me the water. I got up, took my old lady to the fucking movie theater, sat there and watched it. Halfway through it, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you really fucking kidding me right now with this? I was so unbelievably mad.
You hated the movie that much.
The only good thing that came out of that night was the fact that I didn't have to pay extra for my tumor.
What?
I'm serious.
God damn it.
That's the only way that night could have gotten that much worse. Is if they had been like, oh, we're charging you for that too. Because the movie was terrible. It was awful. I can't believe anybody out there is so fucking boner over it. You know, like, they literally took something they did 20 years ago, they fucking shot it again, rewrapped it, fucking made it a little bit more fucking millennial for the kids out there, and fucking put a fucking barcode on it and sold it to you. That's all it fucking was. It was the exact same thing. Oh, fucking goddamn Luke Skywalker's in the fucking movie standing on a cliff. They do a fucking little circle around him and it's over. What kind of horse shit is this?
So you're saying you wanted to see more Luke Skywalker?
I wanted to see something, anything. I don't give a fuck. They have one gigantic CGI like fucking looked like a really old fucking snorkel. Remember those fucking cartoons? What was that snorkel thing? Under the water. What were those fucking things called? I don't know what the fuck they're called. But that was fucking. It was horrible. What a fucking piece of shit fucking turd movie. So Kylo Ren. He was. I was letting it work too. At the beginning of it, I was like, all right, this will work for me. All right, you know, another guy needs to fucking get in a ship with a robot. That's kind of cute. Okay, I understand that. I'll go with it. You know, Kylo Ren was still being cool, but I started smelling something was rotten in Denmark whenever he started having his little tantrum on the fucking keyboard or whatever the fuck it was. I was like, wait a minute. And then the little, like, the Cobra Commander fucking stormtrooper guy, like, it was a girl, and it had no fucking significance. No fucking significance. I'm not even lying. I'm telling you. Watch the fucking movie again, and you'll think of me, and you'll be like, that son of a bitch at least got that right. That silver fucking stormtrooper, I saw it at Target a month before the movie came out. And I was like, all right, this obviously is a bad motherfucker. If it's getting some t-shirt time, it must be a bad motherfucker.
Some t-shirt time.
And guess what? It did not do a fucking thing. I don't remember its name. I don't remember what it said. I'm sure it didn't say much. It just bitched up and bitched the fuck out of that movie. That's all it fucking did. It was like they just like were in the fucking costume one day and they like, hey man, like two guys got high and they fucked around and they chrome plated one and they're like, oh, look, it's cool. And they're like, yeah, throw it in, fuck it. We'll call it fucking, you know, fucking something stupid. You know? Captain
Phasm?
Yeah, something retarded. Something really just stupid. In all the galaxies, you're gonna call it something really fucking stupid.
I think it's gonna have a bigger role in like
Captain Phasmo or something. Whatever. It ain't gonna have a bigger fucking role. Anything it does is a bigger fucking role. If it walked up and down a fucking flight of stairs, it's a bigger fucking role than what it did in this movie. It is fucking stupid. It is so unbelievably stupid.
I want to say that they have plans that like have it as a bigger role in like the movies.
They better start handing out pamphlets before these movies and be like, yo, before we come off looking like total fucking idiots, please know that we do have hidden intentions in here. And I'll be able to like, oh, okay, that's why this son of a bitch is only getting fucking 48 seconds of fucking TV time. None of it made fucking sense. It's all stupid as fuck. Kylo Ren looks like a fucking idiot. He's walking around here looking all creepy and shit. Silence of the Lambs, tuck it back, has this fucking weird look on his face. Fucking with the girl who just happened to be on a desert fucking island of a fucking planet, fucking around, picking up bottle caps, selling them for fucking dollars. You know, finds a little robot. She's gonna fucking sell the iPod for $1.99 and all this bullshit. Then what happens? Some dude comes, fucks her day up, and then by the end of the fucking day, the bitch is a fucking Jedi master, picking shit up with her mind and making motherfuckers do fucking David Copperfield shit. What the fuck? Alright? I don't understand that. I don't have anything close to the Force. And I remember when I was a kid, my house got fucked up in a tornado and I had to move to this fucking apartment that happened to be right next to Guitar Center. So I the very next day, I didn't go to school. I went straight to Guitar Center. That's the only place I could fucking go. I was fucking like 12 years old. You can't go many places when you're 12, especially when you're only walking. So I walked to Guitar Center, spent all goddamn day there. Fucking, you know what happened? I sure as fuck didn't come home and start playing Stevie Ray Vaughan.
So you're saying you still sucked at guitar at the end?
It took me a goddamn month just to save up the money to get a fucking guitar. And even then, I was struggling with Nirvana. And that only requires 2 fucking fingers. And I'm a smart son of a bitch. This bitch has never even seen anything close to what I've seen in my lifetime. How the fuck is she just looking at motherfuckers and being like, you didn't see me? And they're like, I didn't see her. I mean, what the fuck? Seriously, I got out of fucking bed bleeding from my ass for this bullshit.
God damn it.
And they made a big deal out of Han Solo and Chewbacca coming back. They didn't do anything. It's not the character coming back doesn't mean shit if he doesn't do anything. I'm not kidding if they don't do anything. The most they did was they were at a fucking a battlefield. You know they were in that battlefield by themselves. They could not shoot any kind of special effects around their old asses. They fucking crippled up and died. Chewie handed him a fucking bow and arrow. He shoots it and it blows up. He's like, that's badass. And all of a sudden, that's all they partake in the whole battle. That's all they fucking do. They shoot that one arrow. I'm like, all right, whatever.
What was the last movie that you watched that you liked?
Last movie that I went to the theaters?
Well, just period.
Yeah,
like new movie. Like
I mean, I'm a Tarantino fan. I love fucking Hateful Eight. I thought that was I thought that was a good one. You know, everybody's like, oh goddamn, that movie was long. That movie was long. And I was like, yeah, it was long and original.
Danny told me, nothing happens in this movie. I was like, what movie did you watch? Because there's a shitload of stuff that happened in this movie.
I don't know. There's people like Danny. There, you know, like fucking
Jeremy shot Sam Jackson in the balls.
What was the movie that Jeremy said he hated? Anchorman. I'm like, how the fuck can anybody hate Anchorman?
1 or 2? Because 2 was a piece of shit.
No, he hated 1. I was like, what?
1 was...
Oh, wait, stop it.
1 was like a 40-year-old virgin. When it came out, there wasn't anything else being produced like that. You know, it was just like very unique.
It's just funny. I can watch that movie right now and laugh.
But Anchorman 2 was a giant pile of shit.
I mean, I'm not going to fight that one at all. I'm just... I didn't care for it. But fuck Star Wars and its goddamn ass. Everybody's like, oh, well, there's going to be another one. And I'm like, let me take a stab at what this one's going to be about. I'm like, man, Disney just fucking reprocessed that and fucking shut it down your fucking throat.
So what I'm hearing is you wish there was more Jar Jar.
I wish there was more originality to it.
I know, I'm fucking with you. Have you seen The Martian?
You have absolutely no limitations in the whole goddamn universe, and this is what you came up with? This is it? How do I apply to be a screenplay, writer over there at fucking Disney? I can give you this much. I'll give you all a run for your money. Run for your money quick as fuck.
By just copying 80s movies?
Fuck no. Go let me fucking hire someone to write down what I talk about, and I'll give you a badass fucking Star Wars storyline. If you're just gonna be flopping that shit out on the fucking big screen, shit.
Yeah, I think for like the long foreseeable future, we're gonna be seeing Star Wars movies for quite a while.
Yeah, they're all gonna be like that one. They're taking the fucking Star Wars movies and they're turning them into the Fast and the Furious fucking movies.
Do you not feel like, and I kind of mentioned this to you before though, do you not feel like this new movie had so many similarities because it was kind of like a view on history repeating itself and how we commonly do that just in real life, like, as far as going to war, like Iraq, Afghanistan, stuff like that. We continue to do the same dumb shit politically.
I mean, here's my take on that though. Here's my take on that. I've seen movies where they play on the whole history repeating itself.
And you just think
there wasn't enough fucking triggers in this movie to signify that.
It was just like, we got to get this movie done. So where's that script from the original?
It didn't come off to me as that kept trying to be like, history repeating itself. History repeating itself. I didn't get that vibe from it.
I feel like, and I told you this before.
And if that's the case, then Jesus Christ. I mean, history repeating itself is one thing, but history going by the fucking book.
I feel like once we see the other movies, this movie will be even better.
God, I hope. Fuck, I mean, it can't get any fucking worse.
So you've already pre-bought your ticket to the next movie, right?
Oh, yeah, you know it.
Okay.
Fucking A. I'm glad I wasn't one of them fucking idiots. Some guy fucking paid $1,000 to have the movie theater by himself. If I would have done that, you would have heard me going, fuck! the whole time. They'd be like, "What's wrong with this guy?" He's like, he's pissed off. He thinks the movie sucks, but he paid $1,000 to be here, so he's gonna use his time.
When was the last time you tattooed?
The Ink Masters.
Oh yeah. Are you allowed to talk about that at all?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't care. It was in January or something. Who's at my door?
Big pizza. Big pizza's here.
Is she signing for it?
I think so.
Nice.
So January.
Yeah, January. I feel.
We're still in January.
We're still in January, so I just got done filming.
If you're watching or listening to this, this is the last day of January 2016. So it'll probably be a couple days before this is online. But, so it's been a couple weeks. But aside from that, when was the last time you tattooed at the shop?
Fuck, I don't know. Can't remember. A lot's been happening since then.
Yeah, no shit.
I think it was Ann. I think it was Ann was the last girl I tattooed. No, it's not too long ago. I want to say that was back in like late December, right around New Year's.
So a couple things. You got High Noon's coming to town this week.
Yes,
Like,
I knew he was
40.
coming into town. Yeah, in a couple days. He wanted to come down and see me and shit, you know.
And your Broncos are in the bowl.
Yes, man. Tell me that ain't fucking. That's how I know there's a God. That's how I know that there's a God. And he's like, yo, you know what? This sucks, dude. So I'm gonna throw you a fucking bone, and your boys are gonna go to the Super Bowl. And now, whether they win or lose, I don't know. I mean, I feel different about this one than I did the Seattle one, because the Seattle one, we went in there and they were very finesse. They were easy to put points on the board, but their bark had no bite to it. Where Seattle, they had a lot of fucking bite. This year, I see it as we're coming in there with the bite. So we'll see how they do, but I'm just looking at it as like, man, DeMarcus Ware and Peyton Manning on the same fucking team looking for a ring. The NFL's rigged to make that happen. They're fucking rigged to make that happen. And I'll take it. I'll fucking take it all day long, man. I'd love to see my fucking boys. I mean, I'm just proud of them in general, man. You know, this cancer's got me fucking, you know, thinking all kinds of, you know, crazy shit, you know, and to see my boys being doubted and, you know, week after week after week, and they just keep pulling through and they keep doing it, you know, it makes me fucking fight harder too, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little get together here at the house. You know, since I can't go anywhere, I don't want to go out in public and then get tempted to fucking drink or no shit like that, because then I'll just be like, it's the guy that fucking went to the Super Bowl party and halftime, he shit all over the fucking floor and fucking got all crazy and.
That could make for some good Needleboys content, though.
Oh yeah. I remember, check this out, at the Ink Master finale, right? At my finale for my season, they had it in New York, and we went to this bar that had like an underground bar right underneath it. So we went to this underground bar, and it was reserved for us. Well, fucking Trey, Big Daddy Trey, that was on my season, man, he gets fucking lit. I mean, he is fucking trashed. And it's a small event, like it's a small venue, like it's about as big as my house, right? And there's a DJ that's kind of over in the nook, and he walks right over that fucking DJ and fucking puked all over that son of a bitch. And I laughed my ass off. I was like, oh my God, out of all the places to do that. Okay, it was bad too, because man, it was cool. Me and Sarah and fucking and this other girl were like dancing and getting all nasty on the floor, and had a couple other girls who were getting all nasty. Everybody was getting drunk and feeling it. And then Trey went over there and puked all over the fucking DJ and fucked it up for everybody. I was like, you dick.
That's fucking hilarious.
Out of all the fucking places. Fucking Nunez was trashed out of his head. Had to help him up the stairs and shit. He was fucking fucked up. Oliver was laughing, because Oliver don't drink or get fucked up at all. He's always just Oliver. You know. Dave's always just Dave, you know. Dave's always just the cool kid, the coolest. Me, I'm just like, whatever. I'm here. I hang out with this person, hang out with that person. I just wait for the alcohol to kick in and people start getting freaky.
That's fucking great. Well, you want to eat?
Oh yeah, I want to eat.
Alright, well we can wrap this up then. That is going to be along the lines of this podcast and what to look forward to in the future or not to look forward to.
End it right on the fucking airplane.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
No, it's funny, 'cause real quick, like, when I film and eat mashers, that's the thing I hate the most is airplanes. When you do your interviews, they make you stop, and then you gotta start all over, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, but you know me. I'm just gonna plow right through it.
You're gonna plow right through, yeah. But
like
they won't do that shit. They'll make you say this all over again.
Well, I mean, if I'm getting paid to do it, then yeah, probably. Which I should also mention that we have no.
Well, those fucking idiots bought that house, the house that we lived in and we filmed all that. Them dumb fucks bought that house, and it's like 2 miles away from the airport. So you fucking hear these birds going in and out all day long. Sometimes it would take me an hour just to say like 2 sentences for something. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm on a paid job, then I'm gonna be.
You learn how to talk quick on that shit.
But if it's us hanging out, I'm just gonna plow right through that shit.
Yeah.
Just like with Needleboys. Well, with Needleboys, most of it was just it's happening. So
we gotta find a gimmick. Like since I have to like lay like this, and we're gonna videotape this. Since I know now, like every time I lay down, I'll be something different. I'll be like a mermaid, or I'll be like a fucking like a Egyptian sphinx or something, and we'll figure out all these different laying things I could be.
It's fucking terrible. Yeah, just to let you guys know, we don't have any formal sponsors. Although, if you want to sponsor the show, go ahead.
What the fuck is that?
There's people that sponsor podcasts.
No shit.
Yeah. But if anything, this show is brought to you by Skurrow's Tattoo Company, of course. So go check them out.
Oh, I'm paying the bill for it now.
It's also brought to you by Needleboys on YouTube. Go check that out because, of course, the proceeds, the very small amount of money that we've made on YouTube has helped making this today.
Yes, it has.
And just a big shout out to Brandon Borg, who's been there from like day one.
Yeah, man, I love Borg.
He's not an official sponsor, but we love Borg, and
that's my
he does
boy.
really cool stuff.
That's my boy, man. You got them Patriots, man. You got them Patriots, man. Them scary ass motherfucking Patriots, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm worried about them, man. I don't know, man. Every time we beat the Patriots, though, I feel confident. I'm like, yo, if we can beat them, we can beat anybody. You know, because Patriots are methodical. They're methodical. You know, Borg, man, he's up there in New England. That's my boy. I've lost so many goddamn fucking bets to that man. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I'm talking years worth of fucking bets to that guy. And now I know that if I want to win the game, I keep my mouth shut. Keep my mouth shut. As soon as that fucking scoreboard fucking throws up them 4 zeros, I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, asshole. You had that coming.
That's great.
No, that's good. I'm glad you threw that in there, man. Borg's my boy, man. He's a good dude.
But yeah, and this is gonna be kind of along the lines. It's just gonna be us talking about bullshit, pop culture stuff, movies.
Pop culture?
Yeah, you know, like popcorn.
Oh, I don't know nothing about both.
And just other random bullshit that's going on in our lives, and it's not necessarily going to be 100% or even 50% about tattooing, because it's not. That's not all we talk about, honestly, in real life.
Well, I mean, it just seems to me like we're just talking about talking. So.
Yeah, talking about nothing. So.
Is that Alec? Is that Alec Baldwin's brother?
That guy?
It looks like a Baldwin, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
Who's the guy playing Batman? Who's the new cat playing Batman?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Is that Ben Affleck's brother?
Oh no.
You
Casey
sure?
Affleck's tiny.
You sure? It look like they both got the same daddy or something.
People who are listening and watching this are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I'm telling you, man, they got the same daddy or something. That look like
What movie are you watching?
The one that's on the fucking TV right now.
What movie is this?
I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. It looks like Ben Affleck if I'd ever seen one.
What'd you say?
Big Fat Greek Wedding.
You okay. Wait a second. I know you're not feeling great and all, but you're hanging out on a Sunday afternoon watching My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Who?
You.
I don't know what the fuck the movie's called. I mean, I fucking muted it when you came over.
You just bashed the new Star Wars and you were watching My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
That should tell you how fucking shitty that fucking movie was, man, doesn't it? Thanks for proving my point.
What is going on here?
That's my thought. You know, maybe Disney does need to start listening to my podcast a little bit and they go, yeah, you know what? He's right. My Big Fat Piece of Shit Greek Wedding is a way better movie than the fucking Star Wars.
I am fucking frightened right now.
I'd rather watch Ben Affleck make these crochets.
It's not one of the Afflecks.
I don't care. I'm just saying. I'm enjoying this old man teach this guy. Oh, look at this drama, soccer kids. Hey, what you doing? These schools. Get off of me. This is my Italian. Where? look at grandma. Look at the fucking Virgin Mary over in the corner, fucking making pasta and shit.
All right, we better wrap this up. Thanks everybody for listening.
Is there anybody actually listening at this very fucking moment?
People are gonna listen.
Oh yeah, they will listen.
People will listen. People will listen.
Oh god. Now I'm in their car.
Make sure you check us out on YouTube at Needleboys and on Instagram at Art of the Hawk.
Watch this fucking blow the fuck up.
Raven's End. And
make like $1 million fucking dollars.
Yeah. This. Go ahead and tell your friends about it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, tell your friends.
What?
Send nudes.
Send nudes.
Send nudes.
Oh my god. You were frightening my brain.
How many slices do you want, Clint?
Just give me like 2.
Where's your plates at?